Today I'm going to preach a message on sin. So we have to stop sinning. Under any circumstance, we have to stop it. We absolutely must stop sinning. We must stop blaspheming. We must stop cursing. We must stop being bitter. We must stop being angry. We must stop being foolish. We must stop being adulterous. We must stop being all these things. Backbiting, slanderous, libelous, gossiper, rebellious. So if our hand causes us to sin, we must cut it off. If we're a thief and we can't help but steal, cut off your hand. If you're an adulterer and you can't help but have sex, castrate yourself. If your eye, you can't help but look at pornography, rip it out. So obviously this is the truth. You got to do these things because getting into the kingdom of heaven is more important than your members. So what are some ways we can do this in life? Let's say your iPhone is a conduit to watching pornography. Block yourself out of the internet. Say you're a thief. For the first part, just every time you're about to steal, say, God, don't let me steal. Have a conscious effort not to. If you're going to steal, you have kleptomania, cut off your hand. So I'm going to say this, and this might seem pretty weird, but I think this is one of the most important things that you have to do in life, is understand that sin is sin. You have to stop doing it at any cost. So why do we have to stop sinning? Because it hurts other people. When you're adulterous, you're fornicating, you're with other people, you're committing fornication with them. You're hurting them as well as your own soul. When you're stealing, you're taking other people's property. It's as simple as that. So we have to make an end to sin. If you're a blasphemer, if every time you get mad at a ball game and you say a blasphemy, you have to stop watching a ball game. You have to stop watching the news if it gets you riled up and fearful. Like, you can't be fearful either. So just remove those things from you that are causing temptation. Whatever causes you temptation into sin, remove it out of your life before, of course, you cut off a member of your body part. Remove the temptation far away from you. Remove it. If you're in a situation where there's a woman who's very sultry and you're just really lusting after her, remove yourself away from her. Remove yourself away from her. So that's just the fact. And the fact is that God will reward you. And don't be proud. That's another thing. Don't be proud. Just be righteous. Like, one of the things that I see is that people need to be more merciful and they need to be more kind. Say you're a prison minister or you're a Methodist preacher and you have a person come up to you and they have problems. Be merciful towards them. Remove from you part of your heart that is immediately judgmental. Be circumcised of that. So the fact of the matter is, we need to be righteous. We need to be righteous above all other things. This does not mean that we don't sin, though. If we say we have no sin, we deceive ourselves and the truth is not in us. So we are going to have sin, but we have to make an end to sin to the best of our ability. Paul writes in the epistles what sins will lead to hell. As John says, there's a sin that doesn't lead to hell, and those are the sins that we pray for. But a sin that does lead to hell, you need to get that party out of you. Let's say you have a really bad mental illness and you don't know what to do, get a lobotomy. You know what I mean? I just say that. But have mercy if you're that pastor that's over that person. Have mercy on them. But I'm not to say that I don't know if I need a lobotomy. I don't know. But I just don't. I know that I have mental illness and I don't want it. And I'm hoping God will take it out of me. But I don't think the mental illness is a sin. I think rather it's something that Satan did to me. And what Satan did to me was very unfair. And he does this to a lot of people. There's people in my books that they're in prison and they have the same things happen to them. There's people who've been saints that have seen hallucinations of crazy things. So we just have to be merciful towards people because we don't know what they're going through. This is one of the things I just say. We have to remove our sin, and one of those sins is not having mercy and being judgmental. You don't know what other people are going through. We're called to be kind and truthful and gentle and be a gentle spirit guiding people into the truth. And for all my Baptists and Methodists and Presbyterian and Lutheran and Catholic and all the other denominations that are working in ministry, preach against sin, but also be merciful. It's that narrow road we walk. That narrow road we walk. We have to be completely merciful, completely kind, but also explain to people the dangers of sin. We can't be wishy-washy with it because it is dangerous, and whatever we need to do to get rid of that dangerous part of us, that's what we need to do. And it's okay. It's clean. It's clean. It's clean to remove from yourself sin and do whatever you can to get the sin out of you. Don't let anybody tell you that trying to get your sin removed is a sin.